say that Guldmann is coming out with a position lock that makes this.
So what we're looking at now is we're going to do a car extraction using a ceiling lift system. And Denny's going to walk us through that process. So we've got a ceiling lift that's in our space. This can be on a boom coming out into the parking lot or into a, get that there so it's fixed, or just in your bay. In this case,
Like Chris said, we're going to do a ceiling lift transfer for a car extraction. There are ceiling lifts that are being used currently in your ambulance bays, other areas. So what this manufacturer has done is all right. So when we're using a ceiling lift to pull a patient out of the vehicle, a couple of challenges are, again, we don't want to rub on the side of the car. So what ceiling lifts are designed to do is to keep the patient directly centered underneath of the sling lift. So when we're doing that car extraction, we want to have that little bit of an angle pull so we get that pendulum action to slide the patient out. So this manufacturer was able to make a device that we could lock the ceiling lift in place. So when we drop the sling bar into the car, we're going to be able to get that slight angle. So when we go to lift, it's going to pendulum them out of the car. All right. So the other challenge is a sling bar, right? So if we have a sling bar and we're pulling up, you again have to watch here so the sling bar is not damaging the patient's vehicle. So again, this manufacturer came up with a way of using a carabiner to eliminate the sling bar. So we're going to apply the sling, and then we're going to pull Chris out of the vehicle using the seat. So ideally, you would have two people here. I'll be the same. So our patient, while they need a dependent lift to get out of the vehicle, they're also able to help apply the sling. So again, when we're pulling somebody out of the vehicle, if they're really tall, Chris is pretty tall. So we may want to take and, again, use those longer straps on the shoulders to lean his shoulders back. And also use a shorter strap on his legs to activate his hips first to get that weight off of his body. So at this point, I'm just going to lower the sling arm, or carabiner in this case. All of the loops are going to go to the same point. Again, super helpful patient. And again, you would have a wheelchair out here or a stretcher to get the patient onto at this point. So now we're all hooked up. As we start to lift up, the weight's going to start coming off at his bottom. I can then take and help rotate the side, making sure we have plenty of clearance for his head. As this goes up, you can see the pendulum action. Pulls him right out of there. He's here. We can turn him. We can put him into the wheelchair. So, yeah. I was just thinking about that slide. Actually, no. Can you grab that slide over? The red one, the big one. This really is the great tool.
so if you do have a ceiling lift system in your vehicle, in your ambulance bay, and you do need to get somebody back in, again, we don't recommend this, but if you have to do it, that's Andy.
So I'm just going to place the slide board in just on the lip of the seat. Again, the lift is supporting all of his weight. So I'm just guiding the board. And as the patient goes down, slides in. Patient's into the vehicle. Move the sideboard, unhook your patient, and they're free to go home and not be able to get out of the car by themselves again. That's it.
Well, you guys made me a believer with that slide board already. I love how what it's 6 ones, how he